structure of forward and future contracts means you need to write about how this trading is done on what are the steps that you are going to follow. Okay, so OTC is one of the step that the people are going to follow here. So many types of future contracts and other derivative contracts are in this. They are going to be sold in this OTC trading format, over the counter format. So who are going to involve in this? Certain financial intermediaries will be there who are going to conduct this over the counter trading, such as like you can take example of commercial banks or investment banks. All these banks will be involved in this. So where the counterparties will be served by these commercial banks and the investment banks to purchase and sell the future contracts or any other derivatives. Okay. So these are the arrangements. OTC is the arrangements where more personalized and they are going to be certain specific preferences of the parties will be involved in this. Okay. So that means based on the counterparties specifications, they are going to arrange the over the counter. The arrangements will be done by the commercial banks and or the investments bank, which we can say that all the financial intermediaries are going to be involved in this. So that is how the trading is done for future contracts or any other derivatives. Okay. And the second step we can follow, that it is electronic trading. Not only through OTC, some future contracts can be traded through electronic trading facilities by using electronic trading facilities. So this may be mainly in Chicago. One exchange is there, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. So this is having electronic trading platform. So where the futures can be electronic means you may be understanding that through online, through net or through mobile, you can trade the future contracts. So electronic trading platform is available in this CME, that is Chicago Mercantile Exchange. In short, it is called as what? CME. So this trading platform is called as what? Globex. 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 Okay, instead of floor trading, this electronic trading can be helping the people who are going to trade in this derivatives, future contracts. Okay. So that means here transactions can be e-transactions. All the transactions can be virtually done here. So around the clock, this virtual trading can be done. So in the 24 hours, only 1 hour they are going to close this trading process, because they have to maintain everything. No? So for maintenance purpose, this Globex, what they are going to do is for 1 hour they are going to close the e-trading. And on weekends also it is going to be closed. So this will be round the clock. This Globex will be helping the people to trade their future contracts. So this CME is specialized in future contracts, or money market securities can be purchased in this, and stocking indexes, currencies, like that. If you want to come into future contracts, or in all these cases, you can trade in this CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange. Okay, and also you can see both and one specialized futures contracts are there. So in which this they are going to come into futures contract on treasury bonds and agricultural products also. They are going to trade the stock options in this. Okay, so this is how electronic trading can be done. Not only through virtually they can do, they can go for floor trading also by using this CME method. Okay, electronic trading method. And coming to the next one, it is contract specifications. What are the specifications that they need to give under this while you are going to enter into these future contracts or forward contracts? We can say that specification of futures contracts or forward contracts. So what are the information that you have to mention under this? So you can see that the first one, it is contract size. Contract size means here it is this is going to be specified by the derivatives exchange without any variations of the size. So you can't, as a buyer or as a seller, you can't fix that how much, how many, what is the quantity that you need to sell or that you need to purchase. That will be fixed by the derivatives exchange market itself. So the specified size should be sold or that purchased in this market. And where this is going to be delivered, place of delivery, which is most important, that because commodities, in case of commodities futures, you need to you need to deliver the products to the buyer, no? So under this, the place of delivery also plays an important role here. So which may be involved here, huge transportation costs will be there. So all those transportation costs are also going to be included, and the price again depends on the delivery location. Not only the price that you are going to purchase according to the market price. The transportation charges will be included, and that will be charged when the commodity is needed to be delivered at any location. So that charges will be depending on the delivery location. This price will be charged to them. Okay, that will be included to be paid by the buyer. And how many months of time period that should be taken here? That will be determined under this contract. So when these people are going to come into an contract, they will be specifying all these things, how many months they need to receive the product, that means delivery month. And also they are going to determine the underlying asset. Everything they are going to include in this contract. And they need to specify the exact time or period during the delivery month when the delivery has to be made. Exact time also they need to specify. And the trading calendar is going to publish all the delivery dates per month. So a calendar will be issued, and under that all the delivery dates during a particular month will be published by these markets. and then different months are also required because the exchange tries to meet the traders at different preferences regarding futures maturity. So because they need to meet all these traders during different months, what are the required dates or required days where the contracts are going to be taken place, that should be mentioned, and that should be known by the trading markets. Okay, so for that sake, each and every month, what are the requirements that will be specified. So this information is needed to be included. Okay, and then how the price movement limits are. Limits will be specified here. So these general regulations for every futures is listed by the derivatives exchange, and price movement limits, daily price movements limits, and trading is stopped for the day if these limits are exceeded. So if that limit is fixed once, if the price is going to exceed that price limit, so automatically the trading will be stopped during that particular day. So that means the exchange is going to control this price limit. They are not going to make the price to move more than the limit that was fixed. Why this is done means already we said that some people will be the speculators, no? So to prevent the excess speculation in the market, these exchanges are going to, derivatives exchanges are going to try to fix these price limits, and they are going to prevent this excessive speculation. So for that sake, price limits will be fixed by the derivatives exchange markets. And not only price limits, position limits. Position limits means nothing but the product that should be delivered to the required counterparty. So that limit is also going to be mentioned by this derivatives exchange markets. Maximum number of contracts which a speculator should hold, that limit is also going to be fixed by this derivatives exchange market. Otherwise, there will be more speculation in the market, no? So they will fix a speculator these many of contracts only. If that limit is exceeded, they are not allowed to come into any contract in this during that particular day. That means they are fixing that, they are limiting that a person can do these many of contracts only, not exceeding that limit of contracts. Okay, so this is how the specifications will be taken place, and they are going to, everything is going to be under the control of derivatives exchange markets. Okay, and the next one, how this mechanism is going to be taken place in this derivatives market is here. Mechanics of future and forward market means here you have to mention here about the registered recognized stock exchange. First step, there should be recognition of stock exchange should be there, and which should be registered in this derivatives market. And when this order should be placed, second step you have to follow it is placing an order. And what is the role of clearing house? How this clearing house is going to be controlling the contracts and what is the margin that is required to be delivered. That is margin that is going to be exchanged among the both the parties, and what is the delivery time, and what is the settlement, and the price quotation, how price is quoted. So all these are fixed by this derivatives market, and which comes under the mechanisms of future and forward markets. Okay. And how these future traders, as we have seen that in the next slide, that we have seen in the next slide that participants are there, no? Individual participants and brokers are there. How these individual participants are going to be involved in this? So those who are a sole trader or companies which are 90% owned or controlled by a sole trader, those people can enter into this futures traders, and they can come into an contract. So that means if a sole trader is there, he should own 90% of that business. Then only he is having the eligibility to come into any contract. Okay. Otherwise, he is not going to be allowed to be a purchaser or a seller. And if they are not allowed to give up also, if once they are going to enter into the contract, they should trade for themselves, and they should not give up from that particular contract. Okay. And how these brokers are going to be involved? And the market maker is one of the broker we have said, no? So who is a market maker? So those who are going to come into a contract, or they are going to trade in this derivatives market for themselves, for their own account. Those people are called as what? Market makers. Okay. And the second type of brokers are account executive. Who are the account executives? Can you tell me who are called as account executives? Those people who are going to come into a contract, and they are going to work for a brokerage, who are called as what? Account executives. And not only account executives, these are also called as what? Customers brokers. Account executives are also called as customers brokers. So these people can be located in any of the town or city, and they are going to deal with the contracts of his or her customers, conveying their orders to the exchange. Whatever the customers are in requirement, based on the requirements, they are going to convey that on behalf of the customer, and they are in the exchange, and they are going to place the orders, and they are going to get the benefit of brokerage from these customers. So this may be a brokerage firm, not only individual brokerage firm will be there. They will be acting on this. They are going to do everything for their customers, whether to purchase or sell the derivatives. Okay. So who are called as what? Account executives. And another type of brokers which comes under this is Moore broker. Moore broker means nothing but floor broker. So floor broker means he is a person with exchange trading privileges. Some privileges will be given to him, and that person will be working as a broker, or he they are going to work for the similar people, those who are having certain privileges with the exchange traders. They will purchase or sell any commodity for future delivery. Okay, they are not going to work for some other else. The people, those who are an broker in this exchange, more number of people will be there, no? So for one another, they are going to do this. This type of purchase or sale of commodities will be taking place by the Moore brokers. And another type of brokers that comes under here is floor traders. Floor brokers are different from floor traders. So floor traders are exchange members who are going to trade future contracts in the futures bit. So he is going to trade solely for his own accounts. He is an very short term trader, we can say that. Flow trader is a very short term trader. So these are the brokers who are going to participate in the futures traders as an individuals. And another type of participants on this is participants on trading strategy. We said, no, trading strategy already we have discussed about the speculators, how they are going to speculate, and hedgers, arbitrators, and spreaders. Spreaders means what? Who is a spreader? Spreader is a trader, or we can say that he is an investor who takes out whatever differential might exist between the two different markets. That means in one exchange he is going to purchase, and in one exchange he is going to sell the futures products, contracts, like a speculator. And he is going to capitalize on this, on that disparity. The differences he is going to take as a benefit. Some spreaders, what they are going to do is they are going to trade an intermarket spread, which means one market's calendar month against another calendar month. These people are going to trade. Instead of markets, from one calendar month to another calendar month, they are going to purchase and sell the derivatives which they are going to purchase. ఇంట్రా మార్కెట్ అంటే ఏమవుతే కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్ మార్కెట్స్ లో ఒక మార్కెట్ లో కాంట్రాక్ట్ తీసుకొని ఇంకో మార్కెట్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇంట్రా మార్కెట్ అంటాం. ఈ స్ప్రెడర్స్ అది చేస్తారు. అదే మార్కెట్ లో అయితే ఏం చేస్తారు, ఒక క్యాలెండర్ మంత్ లో కొంటారు, ఇంకో క్యాలెండర్ మంత్ లో సేల్ చేస్తారు. అలా చేసుకుంటారు. అంటే అట్లా కొంచెం ఇంక్రీజ్ డిక్రీజ్ అయిన మార్జిన్ ఉంటుంది కదా, దట్ విల్ బి ద బెనిఫిట్ టు దీస్ పీపుల్. So this is how spreaders will be working under this futures trading markets. Okay, this is what it is called as what structure of futures or forward contracts.